Everybody, it is quarantine day 19, and this is the morning episode. Alright, today we just got a quick verse from John, Gospel of John, chapter 14, verse 2. In my Father's house are many rooms. This is Jesus talking to his disciples. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? So, just thinking about a few things this morning. There's a plan in all of this. There's meaning in much of this. I know that there's a lot of folks going through different experiences with this throughout the country. We're all at kind of different places. I'm struggling a bit just to figure out, how we're just going to keep our sanity in this quarantine, in a sense. It's just, what sort of limits we should put on in terms of any sorts of visits, any sorts of help with childcare. We're all just trying to figure that out, and it's important to just kind of try to think that everybody else is working through their own plan, their own way of getting through this, and I don't think we benefit much from really taking a firm hold on how we should if one of the disciples started saying at that point to the other disciples, this is the really clear way that we're going to get to the Father's house. And it's like, no, that's all through Jesus. Jesus is gonna find that way. So just try to have that perspective. It's not so much that we're, that you shouldn't say something if somebody's doing something that you think is incorrect with this quarantine or unsafe or whatnot. But maybe try to, take a breath, stand back, approach it with a little bit of understanding that there could be some context. They could be going about it, about what they're trying to go through in a different way. So, and that, God has a plan for them too, and oftentimes we don't know the plans for each other better than the folks who are working through it for themselves do, and we can maybe have some advice, we can give some assistance, but just kind of, I think, don't get too wrapped up into the whole I know best, because, I really think that we don't know best. There is no knowing best. This is a really good example of something where we can kind of infer a few things. We can say this seems to work, that seems to work, this is the direction that we're going, but ultimately we don't know best. We're just working through this. And I know I talked a little bit last night about, what I see as the possibilities coming out of this, but I perfectly acknowledge, actually most likely it's going to be something that I'm not thinking of that's going to get us out of this. So, just some thoughts. Again, we're approaching Easter, so I'm kind of reading verses that are approaching that topic, which is kind of like the main topic of the New Testament. Alright, so thanks everybody. Bye.